everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today, well this week even, I thought I would do another spend a week with me reading vlog type thing because you guys seem to love them and I like filming them, so that is what we're doing today. Also, this lighting is kind of crap. The sun's not in my room yet, but I just thought I'd do a little, for this segment of the vlog, I'd do a quick like get ready with me, because just to catch up with you all really and to just chat shit whilst I'm doing my makeup, to be honest with you. But I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and New Year's. I spent Christmas with my boyfriend's family, which was really nice. And then on New Year's we went to Canterbury to visit one of my best friends who lived there, and it was just really nice. So that is what we've been up to. Me and my partner have both been in a bubble for those 2 weeks of the holidays because we don't work in those 2 weeks, which has been really nice. As you guys know, I technically am unemployed. I do freelance marketing for his family, but I am unemployed still at the moment, which hopefully, fingers crossed, 2026 is the year that I can find a job. That whole story on why I quit my 9 to 5 is a story in itself, which I don't think I'm going to talk about today, to be honest. But yeah, I'm still looking for a job. I looked yesterday and had a bit of a breakdown about it because there wasn't anything, and I'm really impatient. So if there's like one day where there isn't any jobs, I just like break down, even though it's literally just been Christmas. But yeah, that's been quite hard, but at least I am still getting some money from my freelance work, so it's not like I'm struggling. I'm in a very privileged situation, so it's all fine, but it's just the uncertainty that's very stressful, and just this job market in general in the UK is absolutely atrocious. I see some people that literally have like 3 jobs. I'm like, I can't even get one of my 3, like you know, so it's just kind of annoying. But anyway, that's like my job rant over. Also, don't mind the fact that I've got a cold sore. I got that the other day and I literally haven't left the house since I got it, because when I get them I get so insecure because they're so horrible. But believe it or not, it's a lot better than it was. Like yesterday it hurt so bad that I couldn't even brush my teeth, which sounds really gross. I did manage to brush my teeth in the evening, but I couldn't for the majority of the day because it hurt so bad. So yeah, that was not fun. But my partner got me this cream, literally like Morrison's branded cold sore cream, and it worked like wonders. Oh my god, I'm running out of concealer. It worked like wonders. I've never had something but literally got rid of a cold sore so quickly. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still there, but it's mostly gone now. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this freaking, what do you call it, like eye dust thing off me. But yeah, with makeup, I'm not gonna go in depth on what I'm doing because quite frankly I don't know what I'm doing. I used to be really into makeup and I used to be really good at it, and then I just fell off the horse at some point. I even applied to work at Morphe, like that's how into makeup I was. I didn't get it. I was close apparently. Do you know what? This is a side rant. When you apply for a job and you get the interview, you go through the entire process and you don't get it. My absolute pet peeve is telling me that I was their second option. Don't tell me how close I was to getting the job. I don't want to know. Just tell me if I got the job or not. Because every time they tell me, because I always, if I get an interview, I'm always the second option. If I don't get the job, I'm always the second option. And it pisses me off because it's like, well, now I'm going to kick myself because you told me how close I was to getting it, and I'm going to overthink every little thing I did in that interview. And also, you won't tell me what I did wrong, apart from they usually just say, oh no, like, it's usually just a stupid excuse, but they 9 times out of 10 also don't give me a reason. And I don't want to know how close I was to getting the job, because quite frankly, as soon as I leave that interview and I feel really good about the interview, I've already imagined myself working there like a million times, and you telling me how close I was to that vision, does my absolute nerve. Like, it annoys me so much. I hope some other people are the same, but I hate when jobs do that. But that's what Morphe did. And to be honest, even though I ended up having to be a waitress, which I hated being a waitress, it was a blessing, because Morphe literally closed down a month after that interview and they hired someone else. It was a whole scandal. So yeah. And like, Morphe isn't a thing now in the UK anymore, or at least if it is, there's very limited stores, but it's gone bust. You can still like buy stuff online, but yeah, now it's turned into a Sephora, so I didn't apply for that because I was slightly traumatized from Morphe, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, and also with the Morphe interview, I had to do like a one-to-one like makeup test. So like, I had to bring in my friend and do her makeup in front of them whilst explaining what I was doing and why I was doing it, which, by the way, and also trying to like concentrate what I was doing, I couldn't do it. I was too nervous. Like, I just couldn't do it. I had to also, as well, because I had to colour correct. They were testing me on how I colour correct, and I did slay. I'm not gonna lie, I slayed. But like, having to try and do that whilst talking, and also in the fact that you're actually in an interview, it's too much. It was like little things I was doing with Libby. Was like, you see the brush, and I was like, oh, I forgot I need to change the brush, and like, yeah, it was a whole mess. But somehow they were gonna pick me. I was their second option, so, but luckily I didn't get it, and I just suffered as a waitress for like 3 months, and then I got my office job, which was even worse than the waitressing job. I literally have just not had any luck at all with jobs. Like, every job I've been in since I graduated university, I've absolutely hated. Like, I've been absolutely miserable. But that office job, at least with the waitressing job, it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't destroying my mental health. I just didn't like the shifts. Like, I didn't like starting a shift at 5 and then finishing at 1 in the morning. Like, I didn't like that. But like, the job itself wasn't actually that bad. I didn't mind it that much. It was more the hours that I didn't like, not the actual job itself. I actually didn't mind waitressing. It was the hours. And then my parents were all like, oh, you just need a 9 to 5, and I was like, yeah, do you know what, like, I think a 9 to 5 is for me. Was I wrong? And my parents were wrong for once in their lives. Oh my god, no, that was the worst job I've ever had in my life. It was so toxic. I'm not going to go into it too much detail. I love how I was like, I'm not going to talk about it, but I might as well. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it destroyed my mental health so much that I completely forgot who I was. And when I quit, it literally took me 4 months. 4 months to get myself back. And a lot of therapy. So, and it was in a call centre as well, so as you can imagine, I went through a lot of traumatic stuff. And it was with old people, so that makes everything 10 times worse, doesn't it? So yeah, and just the people there were not great at all. I'm not going to go too much into it because I feel like it's going to bite me in the ass one day if I do. But yeah, the people there, not a vibe. So yeah, and to be honest, although looking for jobs is stressful, again, like I said, I'm very lucky. I'm in a privileged position where I can support myself for a really long time. So yeah, best thing I ever did, to be honest, even though I am quite stressed about getting a job, but everything happens for a reason, so I'm sure something will come up soon. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go on my eyebrows. I do my concealer first and then powder it and then do my eyebrows. I don't know if that's really backwards. I feel like it is, but yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like my life situation. But the 2 weeks off with my partner was so nice. We were just like in our own bubble for 2 weeks, not worrying about anything at all. And now we're back to reality because he's gone back to work today, and if his parents still want me to do freelance work this year, I will be back on Wednesday. I actually don't know, but I think I am, so I'll be back on Wednesday. But yeah, it's been a really nice Christmas. I normally don't like Christmas, but it was alright this year. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Christmas, really. I don't really have many updates apart from actually. So if you guys remember this, I don't know if you can see it, that window shelf had teddies on it, and when we moved in, so let me wind back. When we moved in, initially I saw this window in our bedroom and I was like, this is gonna be my book nook. And I literally, when we first moved in, first got the keys, there's literally nothing in our apartment at all, and like George was just doing, I don't really know what he was doing, he was just figuring stuff out, I guess, like for furniture, and I literally sat at that window for like an hour doing nothing. I just stared out into that window, and I've never felt like so at peace in my life than I did sitting at that window. But then when we moved in, I ended up putting my teddies there, and I just kind of like, when I didn't want to fold laundry, I just dumped laundry on there. And then the other day I was looking at it and I was like, oh, I just hate it because the teddies block, I mean, they don't actually like fully block the sunlight, but they do block some of it. The teddies block some of the sunlight, the piles of clothes are blocking it, it just looks awful. So I cleared it all up, finally felt like put away my bloody laundry, and I put my teddies into this basket. I'll show you a clip. But I put the teddies in this basket and they're still by my bed, but I got rid of them, and I put 2 cushions on the windowsill. I got 2 pink cushions. I need to get new ones because they're not as comfy, but for now I've got 2 pink cushions up there. I've got 2 tea light candles, which I probably, so by the way, the tea light candles, they're electronic ones. I don't have to actually light them up, so it doesn't matter if they're right next to my feet. So I got that, and yeah, the other day I sat up on there and I read my book for basically until the sunset, because I kind of jumped up on it around golden hour, which was like 3-4 o'clock. We tried to go to IKEA around 3. I think we got back at 3:30 because I was too busy, and then I just sat up there and read for an hour, and it was so peaceful. I loved people watching. It was just the best time of my life. The insert clip, it was so beautiful, especially at that time of day as well. It was just unreal. I loved it. So yeah, that's gonna be a new thing on my vlogs, is me reading on my little book nook, bookshelf, no, not bookshelf, like window, what do you call it, windowsill thing. And I don't know why, always as a child I've always wanted like a reading area which is like right by the window. I don't know why, I feel like that's quite niche, and I don't know where I got that desire from, if I'm honest, but yeah, that is the dream and I got it, so I'm very happy with that. That's kind of like the only like new thing. I'm reading Powerless at the moment by Laura Roberts, and I'm obsessed with it. Sorry, I'm just gonna come off camera because I'm doing my eyeliner, but yeah, the only thing I would say is very Hunger Games, and I do like Hunger Games and I still am gripped into the book, but I just am like, because it's so heavily inspired by Hunger Games, I'm kind of like, I've already been there, done that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'm just kind of, because everyone hypes about it so much, so I'm sure there'll be like a twist or like something very different to Hunger Games, but because it's just reminding me so much of it, I'm just like, did we need a Hunger Games 2.0? Like, I don't know, I'm still enjoying it, but I'm just not sure about it at the same time. Like, I'm just not sure about where it's going and stuff, but yeah, I am still enjoying it. I hope that there's like something new to it and not literally just Hunger Games, because if it ends up just being Hunger Games, I'm going to be severely disappointed in absolutely everyone that told me to read it and was hyping it up, because if I want to read Hunger Games, I'll just read Hunger Games, you know? So I'm just hoping that there's something different to it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading in this vlog, is that, so you'll get my live reactions to everything, so that will be exciting to see. But yeah, I'm finally out of my reading slump. It's my eyeliner. I do very tiny wings. yeah, I'm finally out of my reading slump and I feel like human again, like actually loving life. Unfortunately, I think what kept me in a slump was, if you saw I did post a short about my reading wrap up in December. I read 2 books in December that were just not it, and I think that made my reading slump worse, because I literally, one of them was 2 stars and then the other one, no, one of them was 3 stars. It was okay actually, but it didn't get me out of a reading slump. It kind of did, but it was still there. And then I read the Christmas Tree Farm on the Dream Harbour series, and I absolutely hated it. I got 150 pages in and I DNF'd it. I was not having it. It was so boring and it just felt like AI wrote it, which a lot of people said, and I do get that. Yeah, just wasn't it. I didn't get the vibe with Bennett and Kira. Was that her name, Kira? I think so. Didn't get the vibe. Yeah, so I DNF'd it, and then I was just like, oh. And then I took a break from reading because it was Christmas anyway. And then I started reading Powerless, and I'm living love and life now, so that's real good. And we can go back to reading vlogs, because it was so difficult trying to figure out what to post, because I still want to stay consistent on here with posting once a week. I'm going to be posting more shorts as well, so I want to stay consistent. I was just like, what the hell do I post when I'm in a reading slump? That's the only annoying thing about posting book related things is what do you post when you're in a reading slump? And I like to try and be as real as possible in these vlogs, because I'm not out here going to be like, I read 100 books this month, because I remember I used to watch other booktubers who said that, and I was just like, I felt really crap about myself. I was like, am I even a proper reader, this and that? Whereas like, I literally have been reading since I had the ability to read, like since I was a tiny child. And a lot of people on BookTok, which no shade at all, like it doesn't matter when you start your journey, but a lot of people started during lockdown, and I've literally been like always a massive reader, and it just always felt like crap when they were like, oh, I'm reading 100 books, and I was just like questioning whether or not if I'm a real reader or not, when I literally been reading my whole life. But yeah, and like it's just unrealistic to read 100 books in a month. I don't know how some of them did it. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you guys know what I mean. Like the most I've read in a month was when I was the first month of being unemployed, and I read 6. But like that's not, I did like, that's not realistic for most people, especially people who work full-time. When I worked full-time, I read a book once every 4 months, like 1 book in 4 months, like, but that's equally because I hated it and I didn't prioritize hobbies either. I was just such a zombie when I had that job. So, but yeah, like you guys get it, and I want to be as real as possible like that. Like when I start hopefully a new job, a full-time job this year, hopefully you'll get like more of a realistic vibe from me, because you'll see that I'll be reading less books. Well, not that I want to, hopefully I won't, but I likely will be reading less books. And yeah, I just want to give people a bit of a realistic kind of reader perspective, because no one's out here reading 50 books a month, let's be real. So yeah, but yeah, it is a struggle when you're reading slump, because I just don't know what to post. And I'm still really shy about recording with my partner in the flat. Like I recorded my January TBR when he picked my TBR. I recorded that when he was in the flat, and I literally took me an hour to film, no joke, because the same with my December reading wrap up, because he was in the flat and like he literally could not hear me. I told him I was gonna film, and he was like, he knows I get shy about it, so he was like, yeah, it's fine, I just won't go into the room. And he couldn't hear me because he had his headphones on, and he has like noise cancelling headphones, so he couldn't hear me. But I was so like distressed about him hearing me. I don't know why I get so shy about it, because I'm literally not shy about anything else around him, so it is really weird. But yeah, I'm still getting used to that. So if I seemed really like timid in those last 2 videos, that is why. So sorry about that. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm rambling about now. But yeah, basically I do want to keep it real on this channel all times. I'm not going to be out here pretending I read like 10 million books a month. Like I just want to be that person for you guys where I'm just realistic and you guys find it comforting. I just want to be your comfort creator that is realistic and doesn't pretend to read so many books, you know? And I don't want you guys to feel bad about not reading as many because we all work at different paces. Our lives are completely different. Like, there's just no point comparing ourselves. But I know it's hard, especially if you're like me, you are someone who just compare yourself. It's hard to just be like, don't compare yourself. But I want to be that person that you don't compare yourself to, and I just want to be realistic and someone that you can like relate to and not feel crap about yourself, basically, is what I'm getting at with this. But yeah, this is basically my makeup. I'm just brushing out my hair. I'm getting a new brush today. I can't wait because this brush I've had for so many years, and I'm pretty sure you're meant to change your brush once a year or something like that. And my hair is at the length now where it's matting again, and this brush just doesn't do anything with knots at all. So I'm so excited to get my tangle teaser today. I don't know when it's coming yet though. But yeah, I'm gonna end this little chatty bit here, and I'm sure the next clip will be me reading of some sorts. And also I might be baking today, maybe tomorrow. I'll be baking definitely some point this week, so you guys will see that as well. I want to get, one of my New Year's resolutions was to practice pastries, so I'm definitely gonna be making a pastry this week. I'm gonna practice making my own puff pastry. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip, whatever the heck I'm doing. Okay, so I've just been to the shops, and I don't know if you guys seen, but like in the like previous videos I've mentioned, especially my January TBR, I mentioned that there's a neighbour that is giving away books for free, and I grabbed 2 more books from there because no one had claimed them, and they're books that I've like heard of that are good, but not like in a rush to get them type thing. But they've been there sitting there for ages, and I was like, oh, let me just get them, they're free, like it's not gonna cost me anything. So I will just show you what I got. So I got one of the books of them. I got How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackey. I actually I just realised I'm not in shop. I actually own this book back at my family home, but I don't go back there anymore just for reasons. So I just thought might as well get this copy, and then like if somehow I do end up going back to my family home to collect my stuff at some point, if I have 2 copies, I'll just give one of them away. And then I got this one by Richard Osman, which is The Thursday Murder Club, which again, heard good things about. And I was like, you know what, let's just get it. So I got those 2 on my way to the store, so which isn't too bad going, to be honest. And then when I went to the supermarket, I just picked up a few bits and bobs for lunch and dinner later. So yeah, I don't think I'm in the mood for baking today, like kind of can't be arsed today. So I think I'm just going to chill and read today, and then tomorrow I want to get some writing done again because I haven't like written in so long, and I want to work on my book again. So I'm going to go to a cafe tomorrow and do some writing, and then when I get back I think I'm going to do some baking because I do really want to make that puff pastry still. I do have some cutters coming today from Amazon, so I might end up making jam tarts because then I'll have the correct cutters to make jam tarts, but we'll see. I'll definitely do some baking tomorrow and writing, but yeah, for the rest of today I'm just going to chill, have a cozy day, read, sit on my windowsill, not this one, sit on my windowsill like a cat and just chill. Okay, you guys, I'm up on my windowsill. I've got my teddies to keep me company. I've got my book, and I'm starting to get a headache. I was gonna have tea, but because I've got a headache, I've been sticking with water. And then I got my cushions right here as well. So I'm literally just gonna sit here now. It's like 3:30. I'm just gonna move you slightly. There you go. It's like 3:30. So it's going to be golden hour very soon. So I'm just gonna sit here and read. Oh, and also these are the tea lights I was talking about. They're so pretty. And then the like battery operated battery, battery candles. You guys know what I mean. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit up here now and read for a bit, and yeah, I'm gonna time lapse it, and hopefully I can time lapse the sun going down a bit later on as well. Good morning, everyone. It is now the next day, and oh boy, it's freezing this morning. I didn't get up to reading that much yesterday because I just was struggling to concentrate. I don't know why. Let me move you guys back a bit. Oh, there you go. Ignore the note that I left my boyfriend this morning because he always forgets his lunch, so I have to remind him on the whiteboard. So we've still got sellotape to our fridge because I didn't get a magnet. Well, I did get a magnetic one, but this is like a cupboard, like a cupboard that's got a fridge in it, if that makes sense. So that's why it doesn't stick. Anyway, yeah, I didn't get much reading done yesterday, but it was vibey, just sitting out on my windowsill watching the sunset. It was so nice. And we did have some cute moments with Kai and Payden, so I love them too. So yeah, I don't have much thoughts on it because I didn't read that much, but I want to read a lot more today. So yeah, that's what I want to do today. I still kind of want to write a bit today. I don't know if I want... So I had this idea for a book and I have started it, but I'm not 100% sure about it. So I don't know if it's going to end up being a series of short stories or it's going to be one long story. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Or I'm also in the mood to write poetry. So this is what happens when you have ADHD. You want to do a million things at once. So, but currently, I'm watching YouTube and washing. I'm trying to say I'm watching Ashlyn, but I just said washlin. I'm watching Ashlyn. Oh my god. I literally just got out of bed. It's 10 o'clock, which is really late. It's not early, but I'm watching Ashlyn's video on hauling 85 plus books, and I'm also going to apply for jobs because I try and look every other day, and on Sunday there wasn't any, and I just had a bit of a breakdown about it. So yeah, I'm going to look into it. I'm going to try look every other day now, basically, and I like to do it in the mornings. I find the mornings are best for me because it really stresses me out applying for them. So yeah, I wanted to do it this morning, get it out of the way, and every time I do it in the evening I then can't sleep because I've stressed myself out. And I also, because my partner will come back from work this evening, I don't want him to come home to me stressed. I mean, not that he obviously would be there for me and it doesn't really matter, but when he's already had like a long day of work, I don't want him to have to deal with me having a stressful breakdown, basically. So I'm gonna do it this morning. fingers crossed I can at least apply for one. I applied for one like last month and I literally never heard back from them, so that's good. I don't know, like, it's just so annoying because I want to go back into retail, but I'm technically overqualified for retail now because I have a uni degree and I have literally like 4 years of retail experience. So, and that's, I feel like I'm classed as overqualified now. But yeah, like, love living in the UK. Like, I'm literally overqualified for every single job, and then the jobs I actually want to do I'm underqualified for, so that's good. But anyway, I'm still working with my boyfriend's family, so the whole job thing is not like, I'm not in a massive rush for it, which I'm so grateful for, that I'm still able to work with my boyfriend's family and still get supported that way, which obviously then just allows me to take a little bit more time looking for jobs, but nonetheless it still stresses me out when I can't find something or they quite literally just ghost my application. I used to get jobs so easily, like, not to like brag or anything, but I used to get jobs so easily, and now it's just like crickets. This is what happens when you have to put your mental health first and quit your 9 to 5, God forbid. Anyway, I'm gonna get on with that now and stop rambling because I feel like this vlog is already gonna be really long. So let me know if you like longer vlogs, because I like watching longer vlogs personally, but I know not everyone does. So definitely let me know if you guys like longer vlogs, because I can chat for England if you let me. So I feel like a lot of my vlogs will be long, although I have managed to keep them to around 20 minutes recently, but I already know this one isn't, because me just talking like Get Ready With Me was like half an hour, which obviously I'll cut down a bit, but still. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get on with applying for jobs and I will check in with you soon. Okay, so I just applied for a job and it took me 1 whole hour to fill out because there was loads of questions. So I'm going to be real mad if I don't at least get an interview, because tell me why I just spent an hour filling out one job application. But it's fine because there's not really any other jobs on here that I'm like interested in and like can't get to anyway. So I'm gonna call that a day to job applying, but at least I'm not gonna have a mental breakdown because I applied for a job, so I feel better now. But I really hope I get it because it's a store that I really love, and every time I go in there I'm like to my boyfriend, oh my god, I really want to work here. So fingers crossed. And it's not far from me, I can walk there, and worst case, if it's Welsh torrential rain, then I can get an Uber because it will literally take 10 minutes in an Uber, so it's all good. All good. If anything, it's more walkable distance than my last job, so fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm going to have, it's like 11 o'clock now, so I'm gonna have like some breakfast, and then I'm going to probably read, I think, just chill for a bit. I finished the series that I started yesterday. I don't know if I spoke about it yesterday, but I watched a series called Clickbait on Netflix, and it was really good. It's like a limited series, and now I just don't know what to watch. I feel like I've got so many series to watch, like catch up on, but I also don't know what to watch at the same time. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna eat food now, and fingers crossed about the job, and I'll check in with you guys soon. Okay, I am dressed, put my makeup on. I've cleaned the entire flat, apart from done the dishes, which you can probably see. And I'm going to bake some jam tarts now. I'll film what I can. I was gonna film a time lapse, and then the recipe is on TikTok on my phone, and I film on my phone. And I did try and log into TikTok on my laptop, but it was just not having it. So yeah, I'll film what I can. I'll like film in between steps. I actually don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I've never made jam tarts before, but we'll see how it goes. I've got the rough ingredients. So for the actual like pastry bit, all you need is an egg yolk. So I'm gonna have to separate the eggs, like the egg whites. So I'm plain, it didn't specify what flour, so it just said flour. So I'm guessing plain flour, some butter, again, didn't specify salted or unsalted. I only got unsalted, so I'm going with that, and then water. Just a tad, but it didn't, see, I don't trust to bake without vanilla extract, because without vanilla extract, the like without any kind of extract, the bake's just going to taste like flour. So I'm going to add that anyway and just see how that goes. Obviously you need jam as well, which I'll get out later. We'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've added the butter, the flour and the egg yolk. Had to separate the whites, and then I'm just going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, just because I don't want it to taste the flour, and I just have a feeling it's going to if I don't put this in. Hopefully it won't make it too wet, but if it makes it too wet I can always just add a little bit more flour. But yeah, that's the only 3 ingredients it said to use for the jam tart. It's like a cheat pastry, I guess. I don't even know, would you say, I don't know if you'd say like jam tart base is a pastry, but that's all it is. 100 grams of butter, 175 grams of flour and 1 egg yolk, and then this is just what I'm gonna add. Also as well, I do follow a lot of TikTok baking recipes, so what does work out for me, I always trial run it before, but I write all of my recipes down on a Canva. I will leave a link in the description if you want to see all of the stuff I've successfully baked from TikTok recipes, because I just rewrite them all out and then in the directions write how, like, what worked for me basically. Because even though I do follow a recipe, it does 9 times out of 10 it never works out the same way, especially more so the cooking times. But I will try and remember to put that in the description below. If I forget, someone just put in the comments to remind me. But yeah, if this goes well, I'll add that onto my recipe book and you guys can try it as well. Okay, so I've ended up making the dough. Don't mind me watching YouTube in the background. Also, if anyone's wondering, me and my partner did a puzzle the other day. We just haven't got a frame yet to frame it, so that's why it's just sitting there. But yeah, I've made the dough. I definitely needed some water in it because it was so dry. I don't know how the recipe doesn't even just have water as a thing added on the ingredients, but I think I ended up adding around 2-3 tablespoons of water, and then that ended up being too much, so I added a little bit more. Excuse the dishwasher. So then I ended up, washing machine even, it doesn't matter. So then I ended up adding a little bit more flour, and then it started to form a ball. So now I just have to flatten it into a disc now and pop it in the fridge for 30 minutes. Okay, so I didn't actually know how thick to do the dough, but I've done it about like this thick, which I think is fine. I'm not too sure. I'm just winging this here because I might roll it out a bit more actually to make it slightly thinner. And then I've got the cutters, and I'm going to put the cutters and pop them in a cupcake tray then. Okay, I'm about to put them in the oven. I'm not sure about them. I don't know if I've done them right. They look like jam tarts, but I'm just not sure on the dough. Some of them are smaller as well. I kept like getting confused on like which size to use, because this, when I used the crinkle side, it came out a lot smaller than how it looked on the thing. So I ended up just using the like normal straight part of it. So, oh, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so one thing I've learned from this is I definitely should use the biggest cookie cutter thing, because they have obviously shrunk in the oven, which I didn't think about. So next time I'll definitely use a bigger one, because they've got like really small now. They still look okay, they don't look the best, but considering it's my first time making them, it's not the worst. I'm always really like hard on myself when it comes to baking, but yeah, I'm just trying not to be too, I'm just gonna stab one, because oh, they're actually quite cooked. I might leave them in for 2 more minutes just because I'm not entirely convinced, so I'm just gonna leave them for about 2-3 more minutes and then I'll take them out. Okay, so it's been a while since I checked in with you guys. So I actually ended up not having to work this week, which was great for me, because then I was just like, oh, well, I can just read all day, which I kind of have been doing, to be honest. And I'm now 200 pages into Powerless, and I'm on, now I've just got to the point where it's the first trial and I've just finished Kai's POV. And so far I am enjoying it, and like I am like intrigued by it, and I do want to keep reading on, but it's so like, to me it's so heavily inspired by Hunger Games. It's just all I can think about, and I think it's kind of like ruining it for me, because I'm just like, I might as well just be reading Hunger Games right now. Like, it just reminds me of it so much that it's kind of ruining it for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, I don't know, I care about the characters enough to want to keep reading on, and I think it is written well, and I am enjoying it. I just hope that it doesn't end similar to Hunger Games. But yeah, and I'm just trying to think as well what the other book's about as well. I don't know anything about the other books, but I didn't realise this was so like Hunger Games like, so I did go into it quite blindly, because everyone's raving about it so much, and the book is so pretty. But yeah, I'm not sure about it. This is rated so highly on Goodreads. On Goodreads, this is rated a 4.6. And so far, my mind may change, but so far I'm finding that quite overhyped, because there's no way this is going to be a 4 or 5 stars. maybe a 3 at the moment, I'd say, but definitely not a 4 or a 5. But I'm hoping my mind changes because I do really want to like this book, especially when there's other books in the series. But I'm not sure about it because it's nothing new, like, as well. It's nothing refreshing. I just hope there's a twist in it somewhere. But yeah, I just feel like it's so heavily inspired by Hunger Games. I'm just a bit like, been there, done that kind of thing. So hopefully it gets better. I'm not like not enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. I just can't help but think about Hunger Games when I'm reading it, which kind of ruins the read. But we'll see. I think I'm just gonna chill for a bit and then get on with some more reading, so I'll check in with you guys later on. I just went on Google to see if I could get like a blurb of what the second book was about, just because I was curious, and I got just a spoiler out of nowhere of no warning. Well, I noticed it was a spoiler, I quickly stopped reading it, and I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't see what happened. No, I'm so annoyed that's happened. Why do people do that? I'm so annoyed that's happened. Because I already wasn't like... I'm enjoying the book, but I already wasn't obsessed with it. And now that it's kind of spoiled, I'm like, don't want to read it now. No! I didn't finish the sentence. I quickly realised it said at the end. And I saw the like few words next to it. I was like, no. And I'm just going to try and block out my mind and pretend I didn't see that. But... guys, please put spoiler alerts on things. Like, Jesus, that's so annoying. I'm gonna go cry about that now. Okay, so it's been a while since I updated you guys, but I didn't really do much yesterday, so I didn't want to vlog, and I didn't want to like prolong the vlog like already, because it's already quite long. But I did read quite a fair bit last night. I'm over halfway now, and I just finished the first trials, and towards the end of the first trials, when they're doing like their last final battle, I almost cried. I'm not going to say anything else, but if you know, you know. If you know why Kai runs towards the bowl where everyone is, you know, I literally always cried over that. And the woodland scene as well. Again, if you know, you know. Because I don't spoil anything, but that was so cute when they were just by the campfire after she like had healed from like a wound. That part. I'm kind of ending up trying not to spoil it, but that was so cute. And to be honest, I do think I'm definitely gonna like this more than I thought I would earlier on in the vlog, just because the love interest is really carrying it for me, and I have grown attached to the characters, so I think it might be a little bit more... I'm gonna love it a little bit more than I thought I would. I've kind of got the whole Hunger Games thing out my head slightly, but I just wish it wasn't basically identical to it. It's just very heavily inspired. It's hard not to compare it as someone who loved the Hunger Games as well, but I am really enjoying it. I think it is written well, and I love the love interest, and I actually care about the characters, so yeah, I'm kind of getting obsessed now, and I kind of get why everyone is obsessed with it. But I haven't read much today because I've just been back from the store to get some groceries, so it's very nice and sunny. It was stormy yesterday. I think I did film a clip of how much it was raining yesterday just to give you the cozy vibe, but yeah, it's now sunny and I've just sat down, so I think I'm going to read for a bit. And I do want to try and finish this book by the end of this week, but I do also want this video to be out before the end of this week ideally, so we'll see where we go from there. But I do want to try and finish it in this vlog because I want to tell you guys my thoughts and feelings on it.